Hello everyone and welcome back to my full playthrough of the Federation faction in Star Trek Online. But before we get started, I am sending out a general distress call. I've just started watching Lower Decks and I've noticed that, for one thing, the pace of dialogue is much faster than other shows. If you know any way to cope with that, please let me know, because I keep having to pause, go back because I'm missing like crucial lines of dialogue. Anyway, enough waffle, let's get started. The mission for today is Coliseum. Trapped on an alien world, you will be forced to fight to survive. Contact OPSEC.
My contacts tell me that Starfleet has rejected my request for military assistance. That is regrettable, but not unexpected. The Tal Shiar are formidable opponents, as are the forces directing their action. I understand why the Federation would hesitate to engage them directly. So today I appeal to you, not as an ally in battle, but as a person of compassion. My people need your help. I need your help. One of our ships was carrying a load of Thalaron weapons through the Nopata system. That ship has disappeared. There are no indications there was a battle. It's as if my ship and its cargo simply vanished. I know you have your reservations about the lengths to which I will go to secure the freedom of my people. Tell me, if you do not trust me with Thalaron weapons, do you want Hakiv to have them? I can provide you with the last coordinates of the vessel. Please help me. Do what you will with the weapons, if they survive. But find my people. The Reman resistant.
Right. Nopata system. Alright. Nopata system it is. Let's engage transport drive. Alright, we do have a bit of a bio on Nopata 1. More than 60% of the landmass on Nopata Prime is classified as desert. The most temperate areas of the planet are on the coast of the Tekare Ocean, but violent tides make most of this land uninhabitable. The fauna of Nopata Prime have adapted to life on this harsh planet, where daytime temperatures can soar to more than 48 degrees Celsius. Let's begin. I'm not reading any active vessels on scanners. There is, however, a debris field nearby. It's clustered around a satellite in orbit of the planet, and the composition of the debris corresponds with ships that have gone missing in this region. I'll keep scanning, but we'll need to take a closer look before I can determine if there are Thalaron weapons on one of the hulks. Get some more cash while we're here. Derelict Hulk. I'm not detecting the vessel that OPSEC sent us to find, but all of the ships in this debris field show signs of being affected by the same thing, a high-frequency energy beam that overloaded all of their systems. If the Reman ship was hit by that beam, it might have crashed into the planet's surface or gone adrift somewhere else in the system. I'm detecting energy readings from the satellite. If the Reman crew detected them as well, they could have tried to use it to record a distress signal. We'll need to be closer before I can attempt an uplink with the satellite's communications array. Right. Oh, hello! What the heck? I'm stuck. And I can't fire. We're stuck. The beam is holding us like a fly in a spider's web. We've managed to keep life support and environmental systems active, but almost everything else is offline. Shields, weapons, energy, nothing works. I'm not detecting any life signs on the satellite, but there is a compartment with life support. The systems operating the beam must be automated. The chief says we have enough power and backups for one transport. Recommend we send a team over to that satellite and find a way to start the beam off. Right. Usual way, team. Let's go. The consoles here appear to control the beam that is draining power from our ship, but there is a security lock preventing access. We need to find a usable console. Right. There's several usable consoles. Operations override. Locked online. Ah, lovely. This console is engaged in another operation. Fine. This console is engaged in another operation. Alright, And annoyingly, does it look as though we can get in there? No, we can get in here. It's just behind a wall for some reason. Power generator console. Console's engaged in another operation. Huh? Okay. That's interesting. Oh, there's a console up here that I missed. Right, let's try this one. All of the other consoles aren't operational. This console doesn't appear to be locked like the others. Whoever did this must not have thought that the console used for inventory control was important. I think I can access a back door into the rest of the satellite's programs from here. I see the problem. The Romulan consoles are causing a lockout by forcing the satellite's primary processors to run through a series of equations and removing key bits of information from the answers, which causes the processors to lock up. If we can solve those equations and input the correct information directly into the consoles, the security lock on the controls should be released. I've downloaded the correct equations onto this console for you to work on. If you need help, consult your bridge officers. There we go. I think I know what to do. Just have to cycle the numbers until we get a correct one. There we go. Just one more. There we go. Cycle to next set of equations. I know this is very tedious, but this should eventually get me the correct numbers. It will just take a few minutes. There we go. Next set of equations. Oh, goodness. There we go. We've solved the equations that were causing issues in the other consoles. Now we need to plug these correct values into the console controlling the security lock, and then we should be able to access all of the satellite's major operations. Right. Is there a console back here? Yeah, there is. Just want to get this first. Alright, there's another console back here. Targeting override. Passcode correct. There we go, that's one of them done. What about this one over here? Targeting console. This console controls the satellite's targeting functions. I'm not sure if there's a way to disable whatever it is that's disabling systems on our ship, but if we can get the satellite to target something else, we might have a chance of prying our ship free. Right. Access targeting control. No, I don't want to designate the Heart of Gold as a priority target. Access long-range scanners. Expand scan range. Derelict Hulk identified. No. Trick data. Ship identification. There we go. Then we do that and that. Aha! The satellite has ensnared a piece of debris near the ship. Its stranglehold on us is weaker, but we're not out of the woods yet. Critical systems are stable, but we still don't have weapons or long-range comms. Right. Right, let's go. Back to the rest of it. Yeah. Back to the rest of this place. This is so annoying. Very tedious. At least it's something to do rather than shooting. Alright. Do you... This console controls the satellite's general operations, but perhaps we could turn off all of the functions that are affecting the ship. Change operational state. Off. Current power usage level is too high. Cannot be set to off. Dang it! Right. Let's try you. Are you this? Will you just show me the same thing? Yes, you will. Right. Let's go over here. So we need to go over to the power generation and switch that to the low option. Right. Access you. Access the code. Access... This console looks like it controls the satellite's power supply. Since we weren't able to free our ship by targeting something else, perhaps we could decrease the power to the satellite's weapon. Then the Heart of Gold might be able to break free. Let's try you. Economical. Set process. Restore factory default settings. End setting. We found that if the Heart of Gold does not attempt to move or fire at the satellite, then it will gauge a lower power version of the beam affecting us. It's almost like an energy saving mode. We can use that to our advantage. At least we won't have to worry about life support. We'll hold the ship stable and keep working on boosting power to critical systems while you try to disrupt the satellite's function and free us. Right. We've got to turn off... Now, we've just got one more thing. We got to turn off the satellite. The old... manually via this console right here. And off. Right. All power has been restored. We can beam up. Now I just have to wait for it to load. There we go. Oh! Huh? I'm not on my ship! Where am I? I'm in a cell. Looks like underground. Where am I? Where's my away team? Now what?
If you fail to comply with commands,
Now we fight, or we die.
Oh no.
Make sure you pick up a melee weapon. All of your gear is deactivated, and I won't protect you in there. Remember
Batleth.
to equip your new weapon.
Right. Where's my Batleth? I'll temporarily remove my thing, and I'll put you there. So now, if I switch... There we go. Right, we have an Batleth, my weapon of choice. Right, mate. Enter arena. Oh boy. Now you can see why this is...
Test 1. No pardon desert Akari entering testing area.
Now you can see why this mission is called Coliseum. We have to fight for it, or we have to fight. Come on, you get wrecked, you little boogers.
Commencing test 2. Releasing warrigals now.
Oh boy. Those little beggars don't look friendly. Where are they? There they are. Come here! Oh goodness. I still have my personal shields. Don't know how. Nope, you can't kill me.
Proceeding to test 3.
Oh boy. Hi, fellas. Come on. Right, come here! Come on. Die. Die. Die!
Prisoner 1478 remain in the area for interrogation.
Oof.
Prisoner, return to holding area. Failure to comply will result in punishment.
Lovely. I don't like how I had to leave him, but I had no choice. And now we gotta wait. Lovely. I know what I'll do. Talk to... That was a Romulan transporter beam. Talk to Slamek.
What do you want?
Who are you?
My name is Slamek. I am part of a resistance. Perhaps you have heard of it. About a week ago, I was part of a crew ferrying weapons from one base to another. When we passed through this system, a satellite disabled our ship. It drifted into the planet's atmosphere. I activated the emergency transporter, and a few of us were able to transport to safety before the ship crashed in the desert. We were looking for shelter and a way to contact our people when a group of soldiers found us. They took us here and kept throwing us into the arena. Now I'm the only one remaining. That is all I know.
Soldiers? What kind of soldiers?
I don't know who was responsible for this place. The trainers and the guards all appear to be mercenaries, without any clue about what's going on.
Huh.
They're paid to keep us in cages and look the other way. The night I was brought in, I was interrogated. There were bright lights in my eyes and a synthetic voice asking me questions. Whoever it was took care to conceal his identity.
Any idea what they want with us?
I have no idea what they want with us, or why they make us fight. This all seems like some sort of giant game, but there is no one in the stands to be entertained.
Which differentiates it from the Roman Coliseum. That was entertainment. This just seems like a torture device. Are there any other prisoners being forced to fight?
I think there are others. I hear other fights. If there are other prisoners, I have never been able to contact them. We are kept separated and caged, unless we are fighting.
Have you tried finding a way to contact the other prisoners?
I do not wish to continue talking with you.
I'm sorry about what I said. Can we continue?
Now I recall. You were working on all those errands when we were attacked. I managed to escape on the shuttle, and some of us signed on with the freighter. As you can see, things didn't work out so well after that.
So you wound up working as a stevedore to make ends meet. What happened after that?
We were transporting a shipment of Thaleron weapons. I know that your people will not use them. We do not want to, but our fight is getting desperate. We needed to do something, anything, that would shift the tide of war, even if that choice was horrific. I jettisoned our cargo as we were entering the atmosphere. The weapons were completely destroyed. I've seen what Thaleron weapons are capable of firsthand. I could not allow them to contaminate a world not involved in my people's fight.
You didn't put up a fight when you were captured?
I do not wish to continue talking with you.
Sorry about what I said. Can we continue?
A few minutes later.
I've been playing this game for 2 years. I'm such a professional.
If you fail to comply with commands, you will be punished.
Just want to get this over with ASAP. No.
Test Scenario 4 activated. A hollow released.
Ugh, I hate these. Right, let's get this over
I need
with.
more help! I'll try to free the other prisoners. You fight the worms!
I'll fight this guy. I'm fight. Come on. How am I taking off so little health? Okay, there we go. That took far too long. What is this? Oh. Those are how to heal. Right, gotcha. Oh no. What is that? Oh, it's another one. Whoa. Oh, it's a big one. It's a big one.
Use the consoles on the sides of the arena to fight the Elder Worm.
Right, Elder Worm. Come here. Oh, goodness. Activating arena defenses. Okay, got a few shots off before it was destroyed. Yeah, I can't fight that thing one-to-one. It would kill me instantly. Alright. Duck and dodge, duck and dodge. Hey, yo. Okay, it's more small ones. I can deal with those. Where's the console? Where's the interactive next interactive console? Come here. Oh, it's because there's no Elder Worm. No more Elder Worm. These guys take off my shield. Lovely. Right, one hit. Get wrecked. Is that the big one? It's gonna be a big one approaching soon. Oh, just got the Surnus effect. Right, come here, you cheeky. See you, chump. Oh boy. Hate how these guys make you run slower. That's so annoying. Right, come on, where's the big one? I want to fight the big one. Oh, it knocked me down. Awesome. Hey, it hit me. Why is it not registering hits? There we go. Ugh, so stupid. Hey, stop it. Naughty worm. Stop fighting back. I'm going to kill you. See you, chump. It's the big one coming back. Right, where's those regenerative spores? Come here. There we go. Needed those. Where is the big one? I guess. Hey. Where's the big? I don't know where's the big one gone? I want to fight the big one. Hey, don't, naughty, naughty, naughty. These are so annoying. Hey, stop it. Hate how I'm so slow. Stop fighting back. You're dead. Thank you. Okay, I'm healing. Oh, oh, there's a big one, big one, big one, big one. Is it this console?
Like last time. Use the remaining console on the side of the arena to fight the Elder Worm.
Right, where's the console? Where console? Ow! That thing will kill me if it gets the chance. Which means I gotta stay on the. Ow! Where's the console? There it is. Right. No. Right, yes. Good. Oh dear.
There's another set of consoles by the metal wall. Use them while the worm is distracted.
Right, where? Where are they? Hey! Stop.
I've been hit. I can't continue, my friend. You'll need to protect me.
Ay, yo! Okay, I'm really getting pummeled here. Where's the console? What are you guys doing? Just stand. Oh, you're the gods. Okay, I see. Free the rest of the prisoners, right. I'm going to be dead in a bit. Okay. Ow. Right, ow. Oi! This guy is aimbot. How? Right, full speed ahead. Tactical sprint. Let's get out of here. Activating the rest of the arena defenses.
The worm destroyed the metal wall! Run! That's our way out!
Where? Where? Here? Haha! Right. The dampening field is still up, as I can tell through this.
Romulan base? Here? What did they want with us? And what is that device?
Disable dampening field. Project Decimation. New subject, Lieutenant Commander Arthur Dent. Captured from USS Heart of Gold. That's me! Initial analysis. Subject's threat level is high and risk of escape or intervention in testing is elevated. Notify Colonel Hakiv and escalate to level 6 trials. Colonel Hakiv. Access test parameters. Project goal. To develop a matrix of Alpha Quadrant species. We must determine which species can be pitted against one another for maximum devastating effect to each. Tests will not be limited to sentient species, as the Iconians have technology that will allow us to effectively introduce new flora and fauna to alien worlds. Access research observations. So that over there is an Iconian gateway. Honored Master, it will take some time to complete my report, but I have a few personal observations for you that may prove useful. Please consider them when you make your plans. Humans and Klingons show the greatest proclivity toward fighting when there is no chance of victory. Breaking a Vulcan's emotional control will usually render him helpless. They have no ability to process the emotions they so zealously suppress. Bajorans will fight to the death to defend homes or loved ones, but they may reject a fight that doesn't threaten what they hold dear. Betazoids will detect betrayal almost instantly, but their telepathic senses can be overwhelmed by extreme pain or violent thoughts. This cannot allow an infiltrator to escape their notice. A possible wedge to break the Klingon Empire may be the Gorn. More than 77% of Gorn captives choose to help another Gorn before assisting a Klingon, even if that choice resulted in the death of said Klingon. Hirogen are formidable in single combat, but their fractured society reduces their threat level significantly. I've been unable to separate a Trill symbiont from its host for separate study. 2 attempts to implant a symbiont in a host from another species have failed. Any of those who've watched Discovery Season 3 know it took until the 32nd century for that to be successful. Both the symbiont and the host died within hours. Undine are quite interesting. They're species 8472. I request more time to study this race in greater detail. Lovely. Anything else? Access records for prisoner 1478. Captured along with a small group of Reman soldiers by Desert Patrol. Interrogation inconclusive. Recommend use of holographic conditioning. Single combat test. Subject was wounded on 4 occasions but survived all tests. Recommendation. Prisoner 1478 may be a suitable study for team testing alternative study. Forward data to Colonel Haki for evaluation. Prisoner 1478 is Slamek. Access personal log. They've contacted me again. My associates have 2 tasks for me now. First is the destruction of the Remans. I understand their anger. The Remans are attempting to rise above their station. They're mindless slaves and they need to respect their betters. Taurus was able to control them. After Starfleet captured her, the surviving Remans developed delusions of self-worth. This troublemaker who calls himself Obasek, who is he to tell them that they can be free? Does a beast of burden have the right to choose its own destiny? Ouch. If the problem was not so irksome, It would be almost comical. I will present Obasek's broken corpse to the Iconians in tribute. They will reward me richly for my loyalty. The second task will take more effort. The Iconians want data. They want the species of the Alpha Quadrant tested until they break. They want to know their weaknesses and how to exploit them. They want to see their strengths and know how to destroy them. I will admit that I take no little pleasure in this task. It will be quite entertaining to make some of these self-righteous humans turn on one another or push one of those blustering graggarts from Kronos until he begs for death. Oh, and the Vulcans. I will make Vulcans weep, and I will savor each tear. I know of an abandoned Coliseum in the Opata system. We can find a way to lure test subjects there. It will take time and effort, but I'm confident I can do what the Iconians want. Ugh, what an absolute psychopath. Like a literal psychopath. Right, what's this here? Dampening field. Now that we have some real weapons and I've disabled my shock collar, let's get out of here. That waste pipe has to lead out of this place. Right. Let's get my normal gun back. Thank you very much. Right. That's an Iconian gateway. I think I said that already. Access gateway console. It appears that whoever created this laboratory has rigged controls to an Iconian gateway. You might be able to pull some information off of the logs. Access communications. Continue. Our master's patience wears thin, Hakiv. The time grows short, and still you have not provided all the species data that they require. Are you having trouble acquiring targets? I provided you with the necessary technology to modify the satellite in the Opata system, but your little snare is slow. What we need is more test subjects. Perhaps a small colony will be enough. I will contact you again to work out the details. So that's an Iconian talking. To Hakiv. Access transport log. Nopata base, last 5 destinations. Nopata base Delta, IRW Lival. I can't remember what the Lival, who commands the Lival. Bria 3, Dara 4, Hifhar, listening post Gamma. Right. Access gateway controls. Biometric signature mismatch. Access denied. Gateway shut down in 10 seconds. Is it going to explode? It might. Right. If it doesn't, that doesn't matter, but I want to stay away anyway. Okay, I know that console. Let's get out of here. What's that? It's through here. It's through here. Am I stuck? Why am I walking around down here? Climb through waste pipe. Ah, here we go. Oh, I've got to jump up. There we go. I had to jump up and hit it at the precise time, otherwise it wouldn't work. Right.
Watch out. There are Romulan Scorpion fighters overhead. They're looking for us. We need to move quickly and smartly to avoid detection. I recommend we head to the east. See that mountain in the distance? My ship crashed on the other side. It may have something we can use to signal your vessel. The search for us will only get more intense the longer we stay here. We need to get away from the arena as quickly as possible.
I copy that. Let's get out of here. Oh my goodness. At least there's no dampening field, so energy weapons will...
heading straight for us. Quick, take cover in those dark rocks over there, and wait for it to pass overhead. Stay still and wait for that fighter to pass overhead. If we are fortunate, they won't detect us.
Whoa, that was close. Holy moly.
They didn't see us. Let's move on.
That was...
I can't go on. My injuries from the arena are too painful. We need to find a place to rest for a moment. Let's
keep going. This is the mission in the entire game that creeps me out the most. Talk to Slamek. Right.
Forgive me, my friend, but the pain... I need to rest, just for a moment. My wounds are agonizing. I fear the worm's venom may have infected me. The pain is excruciating. My vision is blurred, and my blood burns in my veins. Before we were captured, my science officer said that the local plants here have medicinal qualities. Please, I need your help. Find something to ease my suffering. I need something to disinfect my wound. Something to treat my fever. And anything that will ease my pain. Thank you, my friend. I know that I would have died today if it weren't for you.
I'll see what I can find. You stay here. Don't get spotted. Right. Ooh. Scan plant. This plant has analgesic qualities. Right. I've gotta collect a sample. This plant looks as though it could work as an antipyretic. Right. Gotta collect a sample. But it's not. Not. Oh, hello. What are you? This plant looks as though it would work as a disinfectant. Right. Ah, okay. Looks as though I have to venture a bit further afield. There we go. There. Hello. There's one over here. Looks as though I'll be running around for a bit. Trying to survive. Okay, all these pans look as though they could work. Alright. Alright, one of one collected. Right. Something over here. Oh. We won't get the stuff to Slamek yet. We need the branch bark samples, which are off in this direction. Don't want to use an energy weapon now. The fighters would probably pick it up, and then we'd be fully donezo. Colonel Hakiv would feed us to the Iconians for their breakfast or something crazy like that. Man, this is actually a long way away. Credit to the developers for building a huge open world area. And then one more, and that should be good. Right, you gotta go back and give Slamek the old medicine so you can start the recuperation process. Yeah. Where is he? Oh, he's down here. There we are. Hi, mate.
Thank you, my friend. I'm feeling better now. I think I can continue.
Right. Head to Canyon Entrance, which is off this direction. Nope, that way. Oh, which is there. Yeah, that should be a lot more hidden than staying out in the open.
Now that we're in the canyon, we shouldn't have to worry about the fighters anymore. Just the local wildlife. Keep your eyes open.
Oh, lovely. Now we have the local wildlife to worry about. Some extra stonks. Right. Let's keep moving, Slamek. I haven't got time to sit around. The Tal Shiar will stop at nothing to try to get us back alive. See something ahead. Selats. I thought those were Vulcan. What are they doing here? Oh my goodness, they're like gigantic tigers. Ah! Get stuffed. Those guys would do pretty well as rugs, wouldn't they? That's what they deserve to be, honestly. Keep following the canyon. I hear them calling to one another. Ugh. Which means there's probably more up ahead. Oh, hello. Hello, chaps. I got off the first hit. Ah, they hesitated. Get stuffed. Ha, they hesitated. Keep following the canyon. Just keep it moving. I could probably take a bit of a shortcut over these rocks. Come on, Slamek. Keep up, mate. We haven't got
The weather isn't going to hold out for too much longer. We should look for a place to spend the night. I've noticed that there are things we can gather along the way to make our night more pleasant.
Alright, Slamek. Where are you, mate? Ah, there you are.
The search patrols are moving on. We will not survive a night in this desert. We need to find shelter and safety. If we can scavenge provisions to create a camp, we'll have a better chance of reaching the wreckage of my ship alive.
What do we need?
The temperature is dropping. If we don't find warmth, we risk hypothermia. We can't use a phaser on the rocks here to heat them. They're too porous. We will need firewood. Look to the dry plants. If we can collect tinder, kindling, and logs, we will be able to create a fire that will last through the night.
Right. I see some up ahead. My forte is commanding a starship, not running around trying to survive. But hey, it is what it is. What it is. It wasn't my doing anyway. Wonder what my crew is doing. They're probably fine. But
The search patrols are moving on.
oh,
The temperature.
never mind. Let's keep it moving. This mission does involve a lot of running. Where are those anti-grav cargo pallets when you need them?
That should last us through the night. Let's get into this cave before the
Nice,
temperature
accolade
drops
complete.
anymore.
Alright, gotta camp out in the cave. Let's keep moving. See the cave up ahead? Keep it moving. here's the cave. We made it.
The temperature is dropping rapidly now. This cave should protect us from the elements. I've done some exploring. It looks like this cave continues when the sun rises side of the mountain. We could save time and energy by using the passage instead of trying to find a path over the mountain. Excellent. The passage saved us hours. This could be a good day. Let's find my ship.
Right.
My ship isn't far from here. I think I can make out smoke from the wreckage on the horizon.
50 nothing like running in full uniform in 50-degree heat. Awesome. I can't stay out here.
There she is. She wasn't much to look at, but she was ours. And when we were flying through space, we were free. Perhaps she can help us one last time.
That was one heck of a landing. Looks as though the ship crumpled forward on impact. The inertial dampers must be working at full capacity, or otherwise the crew probably wouldn't have survived. Because that is one heck of a crash. I gotta get this information back to Starfleet as quickly as possible, though. Colonel Hakiv and the Chalshi are working with the Iconians.
The beacon survived the crash, but in the likely event it didn't, we might be able to piece together some components to create a makeshift emergency beacon.
That's a good idea. Looks as though this passage opens up to the surface. Aha, here we go. There is no way this vessel will ever fly again. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. The damage done by the fall through the planet's atmosphere is severe. If the emergency distress beacon wasn't vaporized in the crash, it's probably buried under 30 meters of rock and sand like the Singularity Drive in the cargo bays. You do, however, find a backup generator with a minuscule amount of energy left. If you had the right components, you think you could construct a makeshift subspace beacon to contact your ship. You won't be able to do anything more than transmit a few pulses to let your crew know where you are, but it should do the trick. Right, we now have got to find and collect all of the components. There's something off over this direction. Ah, looks like a component off of the ship. They got catapulted forward. Oh, it's the old comms array. Alright. Don't want to stay for too long out in the open. I'd fry. Just one thing I'm wondering. Would a Starfleet uniform have cooling like an astronaut's spacesuit? That'd be pretty cool if it did. It would mean I could survive for much longer than otherwise possible. Right, we gotta attach the emergency beacon to what's left of the ship's power source. Alright, we're connecting everything up, and right. Okay, so it's transmitting. Damn it! Romulans! Hakiv!
Did you think you could run from me? There is no place where I cannot find you. My spies are everywhere. Prisoner 1478, take your place.
Slamek, you traitor!
Admirably. It is good to know at least one Reman understands who is the master and who is the slave. The loss of the listening post was a minor setback. The Reman's refuge in the Dera system has been destroyed. Dozens of subjects have been tested in my arena. When the Iconians return, they will find I have done all they have asked, and more. But you will not be there on that dreaded day. This tiresome game ends now. You could have been such a fascinating test subject, but this time, no. This time I think a more direct approach is best. Ready? Aim.
Get stuffed, Hakeem! Get absolutely stuffed. Right.
I apologize for Slamic's action. I had no idea there was a traitor in our midst. If his actions caused harm to you or your crew, forgive me. That was not my intent. However, your trip to the Nopata system was not in vain. Now you see. Now you know. Hakiv is a pawn of a greater power. The demons of air and darkness are here. You should report to your superiors. Tell them what you have seen here. Open their eyes to the dangers that lurk in the shadows.
Congratulations.
Rank up.
Commander.
Noise.
Starfleet intelligence.
Nope,
I
not
have new
not
mission.
no. That's for the next episode, Admiral. Right. Set course for Sector 001. Engage. So Colonel Akiv is working with the Iconians. I'm just reminded of that quote from the Rura Pente prison warden from Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. Since you're all going to die anyway, why not tell you? And then Kirk and McCoy beam up at the absolute last second. That was a very that moment that we just had was very similar. Yeah. If I hadn't been transported away, that would have been a very rapid end to my existence. Alright, welcome back to the bridge of my starship. So, yes, that'll be it for this episode, everyone. Where can I find that? Can I do it sitting down? Oh, I can. Anyway, that'll be all for this episode, everybody. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for the next episode dropping in half a week, and I'll see you then. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.